This is Off the Ice, the Nanaimo Clippers hockey show on 106.9 The Wolf. With the latest news on the Clippers and the BCHL, here's Dan Marshall.
The Nanaimo Clippers, what a weekend in every sense. There was a ton of travel, there was a lot of good hockey, there were 3 consecutive victories, and there was even a travel delay as the players wanted to get home last night but didn't get home until today. Coach, I don't know if you could even put the entire thing into words. So we'll get to Coach Mike Vandekamp in a second. I've been off for 2 weeks, Joe, so I forgot that we need to get to the trivia right away. In my hastily typed all caps Christmas-related trivia, so we'll wait on the coach for one more moment. What's our trivia question today?
Oh, it's a good one. Which Nanaimo Clipper has a birthday closest to Christmas? You can check out the question on our Facebook page. Troy McTavish or Matt Hoover?
There you go. Multiple choice. It's one of those 2 guys. I'll give you a hint, too, that one's before Christmas and one's after Christmas. But one is definitely closer. Coach, can you put into words this last road trip that you were just on?
Long, fun. You know, it was good to get out with the team and all the staff, and obviously put on a lot of miles. When we got home today, the first thing I said is I kind of felt like a whirlwind, you know, just the whole trip really. It was, you know, the long trip up there on Thursday, and, I thought the Friday game was the best played game of them all by us. I thought we played very, very well in Prince George, which was great, and it kicked off the trip really well for us to get some momentum early, and knowing that there was going to be a quick turnaround the following night, that, to be coming in to Chilliwack with a win from the night before and playing as well as we did, I think was important. And long trip all the way to Chilliwack and getting it at 5:36 in the morning, and basically I think everybody probably got to bed by maybe 6:37 a.m. Off the bus, and jumping into Chilliwack there. Obviously they're a team that was fired up to play us, their top team in their division, and it was a good game. I thought we got back on our heels just a little bit at times, second period, and then of course there was the big penalty kill in the third period. I think that was a real turning point in the game, and it was a big goal by Hoover to win the game in overtime. And yesterday's game was a real interesting game, obviously in Surrey. I mean, completely in control of the game for a large portion of it, and then in the third period the wheels came off the track there for some reason, and it was tough. We were losing bodies a little bit. We had a couple injuries creep in during the game, and we were already running on. Well, we started shorthanded to begin with less than a full roster, and then lost a couple more guys and running on empty a little bit, and a couple of strange calls and a couple of strange goals, and all of a sudden the game was much closer than it was, or it had been. But still a very big win to finish off the trip, and of course then, as you said, not being able to get home last night added a little more to the adventure, and we ended up having to stay an extra night over there in the mainland, but with the weather and all that. But great experience, I think, for the team, and glad that we were able to keep our current streak alive.
Your team had great success on the road this weekend. First time you've had a long trip, and you've really powered through and had all 6 of the points. It's easy for me to just point to, well, the guys have a maturity now and they have the experience of going through it, so that's why it happened. Is it that simple, or were there lots of other factors that come into being able to win 3 games in a row on the road like that?
I think part of it is just how we've been playing going into the trip. Like, we'd already been playing pretty good hockey. Not every game, but we were winning. We were on a winning streak when we left town. Some of the games had been very, very good. A couple of games maybe not as good, but we still found a way to win. Still lots to learn and lots to improve on, even though we were winning hockey games. And, I think that was the biggest things. We had positive momentum going into the trip. We're a lot different team today than we were the last time we were on these 3-game road trips. We've had kind of one a month has been sort of how the schedule has gone this year, and I think progressively we've gotten better as a team, and so a little bit of determination there too. I think to just maybe prove to ourselves more than anything. I think that we're capable of putting together good road trips. 3-game road trips with lots of travel are the norm in this league. You have to deal with those throughout the season, and we had to do a better job and prove that we could. And when you get to playoffs, as you know from last year, particularly like the series with Powell River was was a lot of travel, short, games all happening in short periods of time. The series against Penticton obviously was the same way. Lots of travel, games being played almost every day. So I think that these types of tests are important for teams to be able to handle well. And so I think there was some extra motivation for that too.
You've been a part of some great teams, but have you ever been, and I don't know if you've even had a chance to think about it because everything's happening so fast right now, but your team's won 9 in a row. Have you ever been part of a team that's won 9 in a row before?
I'm not sure. I'm not real big on, sort of keeping, as you know, I kind of live a game to game sort of life, but I'm sure there's been some that have been close maybe along the way. Like one year that we only lost 9 games in the season, so obviously, there was some, I'm sure some pretty good stretches during that, but this is certainly a rare opportunity, and you would know better than me. I'm sure we haven't done this for a long time. I don't know.
In Nanaimo, not even close. This is the longest streak by far.
Sure, and what's the longest streak the Clippers have had? I imagine they've had some good streaks in their past history, I guess, along the way, but
going back and trying to figure that out with all of the data over the years, it has been tough, but this is right up near the top, and I haven't poured through every year yet as we just got back, but the streak keeps going, so you can rest assured by next Monday, if we're still talking about a streak, I'll have a firmer all-time Clipper picture for you.
Yeah, it's just interesting, and I'm not, as you know, I'm not real caught up in that kind of stuff at all, and our players know that of me too, but it's been fun. It happens really quickly. I think that's one of the interesting things is, you almost lose track and you think, geez, we've been winning quite a few games. And I usually ask you, how many is that? And you'll know, and I don't even know how many it is. But certainly it's been a good run, especially considering where we had been, because I think, if I'm correct, I'd say coming off of that last 3-game road trip, we lost that game on the Sunday in West Kelowna and didn't play overly well. I thought that's almost where we've turned things around. We haven't.
One loss since then.
One loss since then was a poorly played game, I think, at home.
Against Port Alberni.
Port Alberni, yeah. And, every other game, it seems like we just continued to grow as a team. So I think that's what is probably the most interesting about the current streak we're on is just that we weren't that good of a hockey team, say 4 or 5 weeks ago. So we've come together as a team. We're working harder. We're working together better. We have a way clearer understanding of our team structure and how we want to play the game. And we're getting good performances from all sorts of different people. I think that's the biggest thing is, we're getting contributions from a lot more people than we were at the earlier stages as guys kind of get more confidence and more experience in our league.
I know you live in the moment and you live day by day, but I don't think you can look at recognition from the Canadian Junior Hockey League and say it means nothing. This weekend, after the games were all said and done, the Canadian Junior Hockey League ranks Nanaimo 18th in the country. And without getting wrapped up in it, because I know you don't, what does it mean for the organization?
Well, I guess it's just a little bit of recognition. So, I know a lot of people, parents, families, players, like future players, recruits, that kind of thing. They're always looking at, obviously we live in an online world now, and, they go on websites and all this stuff and read all this kind of stuff. And so I think it's a positive thing that way, I guess, to be looked upon as one of the top clubs. It just maybe in an image standpoint or whatever, but, I hate to get caught up in it because I just, I don't even agree with the whole process, to be honest with you. We all play in different leagues. We all play against different competition, even different roster rules. There's so many differences in junior A hockey across the country. I don't know how they can even think of ranking the teams across the country considering all the differences from league to league. So it's not really a fair thing to even do, but it does give us some positive recognition out there. And like I said, for future players and families and people that are thinking of playing in our league, I think it's good for the team.
I was disappointed that he didn't get Player of the Week. But then when I looked and I saw that Evan Johnson did and your goalie got some recognition, I thought, boy, maybe the BCHL gets that one right there. He's on a personal 6-game winning streak. And if you look over your 9-game streak, 3 of those wins are in overtime. And he's kind of pulling off the Grant Fuhrer right now, a guy that would give up some goals, but when you needed that goal against to beat Grant Fuhrer, you could never get it. And when you need a goal against Evan Johnson right now, you just can't get it.
Yeah, it's been an interesting stretch for him because I agree with you. It's the timeliness of the saves. he only faced about 15 or 16 shots in Prince George the first night of the trip, and 2 go in. So when you do the stats, it's not a great night, but it's a good win, and he made a couple timely saves. Next night, he takes a 1-1 tie into overtime, and in a good team's rank, and have faced, I believe, about 40 shots.
That's right.
That's two completely different games, but they're both wins. And I've said this to you before, but I think with Evan is just the more playing time that he gets right now, I think the better he's going to get. He's finding his game back again. When you sometimes go into major junior hockey and you get stuck in different types of roles and you're not playing as much as you're used to, and time flies by, and all of a sudden you haven't played that much, and yet he still has some talent, some ability. So, I think coming here was a really good thing for him. He's been able to get into more of a rhythm and play more regularly, and it seems like that's really helped him just find his game again. And he's proving that he can help us win hockey games. That's the most important thing, and I think he's building confidence, and of course the team is building confidence in him as well.
Coach, really appreciate the time. And I have a lot of other things I wanted to talk about, but we're way up against the clock here, so we'll delve into that when we get closer to the weekend. Thanks so much for this.
Sounds good, Dan. Thanks a lot.
Head coach and general manager of the Clippers, Mike Vandekamp. When we come back, 2 of his players, Charley Borek and Matt Kramer, on Off the Ice. We're back live on Off the Ice, and just before we get to Matt Kramer and Charley Borek, Christmas Clippers trivia, Joe D. We need to give that question out one more time. It's on our Facebook page.
Absolutely. Make sure you check it out. Which Nanaimo Clipper has a birthday closer to Christmas? And we gave you 2 options. Is it Troy McTavish or Matt Hoover?
One guy is in December, one guy is in January. Who is the closest to Christmas? And we're going to talk to Matt Kramer and Charley Borek about Christmas as part of our interview here. This is kind of our last show before we do the 20-year-old celebration show next week, our last one before Christmas. So we'll get into some Christmas stuff with these guys as they're getting ready to head home. First of all, let's talk about the weekend. Matt Kramer, let's start with you. 3 games, 2.5 days, 3 wins, an amazing amount of travel. What did you take away from the weekend?
I think it was a pretty good weekend. I mean, obviously when you get 3 wins and you have to do as much travel as we did, it's obviously a success. I think yesterday's win was pretty big because obviously coming off Prince George, that travel day on Friday and Saturday morning, and then the OT win in Chilliwack, it was just a good way to finish the weekend.
What was tougher travel-wise? Was it going all the way up to Prince George and being there for the day and getting ready for that game, or was it the overnight travel to try and get ready for the Saturday game in Chilliwack? Because I think both were pretty tough.
I'd have to say definitely the overnight travel. I think it was pretty tough. Obviously sleeping on the bus and kind of getting in. I think we got in around like 5:45, and then eating breakfast, and then trying to sleep through some part of the day. And I'd have to say the overnight.
What did Mike Vandekamp tell you about what that might mean come playoff time? He had said, even as you guys I know were here listening, that last year there were some funny travel days. Powell River in a 7-game series going back and forth, a 6-game series with Penticton, a lot of travel back and forth. Did he talk about the importance of being ready for those types of games?
I think he just, it's going to be like that if we go far in the playoffs like we're hoping to do. And I think as the year goes on, I think that was our 3rd road trip kind of like that, just to grow as a team. And I think we did that this weekend.
Surrey has a massive team, and I hadn't really looked at their players. We hadn't seen them before, but so when you go out there and you're watching warm-up, you're going, my goodness, this is a massive group of hockey players. You got into a scrap. Was it just a case that you recognized that, they were kind of hammering around a bit yesterday and you needed to kind of put a stop to that?
I don't know. It was kind of a weird play. I went out to finish my hit on the guy, and he kind of came up high with the cross check, so I kind of just asked him to fight there, and it kind of, I thought it sparked the guys a little, but I don't know. It was pretty fun. It was my first one ever, so I don't know. I kind of liked it.
Charley said something on the radio yesterday that was very interesting because, of course, he was watching the game. He's out suspended still. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But what he said was, and I thought this was pretty key, that it seems like every time you guys get into a fight, it seems to spark the team, and I would agree that that's been the case. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I think the guys really kind of rally around it and kind of like that, and gives us just a little extra spark. And I don't know, just mostly like guys playing their role and guys just creating more space for like guys like Remps and Hoover and Bross and just like that. Kind of mostly the spark, though, because it gets us going and gives us a little extra jump.
Charlie, what was it like having to watch yesterday? Your teammates are going out there and having some measure of success too, but there's nothing you can do about it. You're just kind of sitting back as a spectator. I'd imagine it was kind of a frustrating day.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably a little bit more frustrating to watch the Chilliwack game after I was thrown out, just because that one was a little bit tighter. And I took a shower, then I went back out to watch the rest of the game. I had to take another shower because I sweat through my shirt because I was pretty nervous about them scoring on that penalty or something like that. But the other day after we went up 7-1, and we were playing so well, I felt pretty confident with the group of guys and that we could finish the road trip off with the W.
Your dad, who's a coach, has been here to watch a lot of you, and I know was disappointed he couldn't watch more of you. But what has your dad told you about what he's seen in your play? Because I'm sure he's watched some online, and he's got a chance now to watch you live a bit. So as the guy that knows the game, what has he told you about the way your play has gone?
I think for all the new guys, I think we have 6 new guys playing Junior A this year. And I think you probably see the most development in those guys. Obviously, Rempel and Hoover and Brousseau, they've been pretty consistent the whole year. But the rest of the guys, kind of making a little bit more of an impact game in and game out. I think it's more just adapting to the pace of play, because out here it's a lot faster than it is back home, and you don't have that extra couple seconds to make a play. The puck has to be on and off your stick pretty quickly, and I think it's playing with confidence and playing smart and playing a good team game out here. To help the greater good of the team, and whether that's finishing a check or scoring a goal, either way, if it helps the team win, that's kind of what he's been telling me. Just any way you can.
You get to be around some really good veterans, guys like Brousseau and Rempel, and guys that have been here for a while up front. I'm thinking Corey Renwick and Spencer Houston as well. Is there a guy, or is it all the guys that you kind of lean to as a first-year player and try and soak up what these guys are telling you and watch what they're doing?
Yeah, I think we're pretty lucky being new guys in the league. We have a lot of good leaders, whether, as you said, it's Brousseau, Renwick, Rempel, the guys who have been in this league for quite a while. So I've just kind of tried, and I probably speak for all the rookies on the team, try to be more like a sponge and just kind of soak up everything anyone kind of says, giving you advice or whatever it may be. But I think you can learn a little something from all the guys, because they've obviously come from all different walks of life, from all over Canada, some even back in the States. So I think you can learn a lot just by listening to every piece of information. So it's definitely been pretty helpful for me.
We'll start with Charlie. We'll end with Matt before we get to our game, which is a Christmas-themed game today. Christmas traditions at the Borek household. Charlie, what are some of the Christmas traditions that you look forward to and getting back to here? Because I know you're going home in a couple of weeks.
Well, I think the biggest Christmas tradition is all my friends back home. Christmas Eve, we have a big pickup game on the pond back home, and I'm pretty excited about that. But other than that, I think it's just having everyone back home again, because we're all kind of spread out across the States and Canada. We don't really have too many traditions in our household. It's boys being boys in the Borek household. It's kind of a jamboree in there, so I'm excited to get back home and see everybody.
Matt, it doesn't get much better than pickup hockey for Christmas, so I don't know if you can beat that, but what are some of the things that you're looking forward to when it comes to Christmas time?
Kind of the same thing Charlie said. My dad's a high school coach back home, so he always has ice on New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve, sorry. And he usually 2-3 hours, so he practices for like the first hour, and then I usually go on, just skate around, spend some time with him. My brother's on the team too, so just hang out with them, and some buddies too that have played there, and just from back home we just skate around, just play around for that day, and then just spend time with family and just being in their presence, and spending time with my sister back home. She's young, so she misses me pretty much, so just spend time with her too.
We're going to play a game now called We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Christmas trivia, and these are not hockey related. This is about Christmas, about the season, about some of our traditions here in North America. And we're going to let you guys have at our best of 7 style here. And the winner will take home a prize pack. A prize pack loosely related to Christmas. I'll call it a Christmas food package when it comes to our prize today. You guys each have a bell in front of you, and first person to chime in gets a shot at answering this question, but you have to chime in first. Who can name the most of Santa's reindeer? Matt Kramer, go.
Rudolph, Donner, Blitzen, Dasher, Dancer,
Doing pretty well here.
Prancer. Did I say? I think that's it. I think that's all.
That's all you. Now, Charlie, he chimed in first. You have a chance to maybe steal this from him here.
To be honest, after you said Rudolph, we used up all my answers.
So Matt Kramer takes a 1-0 lead. Nicely done. Nice, or maybe I should say poorly done by Charlie. Question number 2, and I didn't know this until I looked it up. I had to look at it twice. This is a movie-related Christmas question. Which movie starring Jim Carrey is the highest-grossing Christmas-themed movie of all time? And you guys are looking blankly like I did when I looked this up. Jim Carrey Christmas movie, the highest-grossing Christmas movie of all time. What do you guys think? Joanne knows. She's all over it.
No idea.
I'm shot clocking you guys. Charlie Borek.
Is it How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
That is correct. It's a tie game 1-1 in our best of 7. This is the most difficult question of the entire run. I almost didn't put this in, but I couldn't resist. I thought this could be too good. I need one of you to sing the first verse and first chorus of Jingle Bells through to the end as far as you can without making too many mistakes. I'll give some leeway. Is anyone willing to try it?
Yeah, I think Kramer in the car was bragging that he had the best singing voice on the team, so I might just give that to him.
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess I'll try it. Is it? So what do I have to
So
say?
the verse and the chorus of Jingle Bells, the parts that everybody knows.
Jeez, I don't listen to Christmas music, so this might be a complete jamboree.
The more of a jamboree it is, the better.
Jeez, I just keep thinking I get it confused with Jingle Bell Rock.
So I'll start you off. It starts with dashing through the snow.
Oh yeah, this is a layup.
You haven't done anything yet. Maybe don't say that.
Dashing through the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh. Through the hills we go, laughing all the way.
You're halfway there. You're coming home.
Jeez.
Laughing all the way.
Laughing all
Ha,
the
ha,
way. Even if you gave me the chorus, I'd have no idea right now. I'm not a big Christmas music guy.
Matt, can you steal this with your amazing singing voice?
Do I have to start over from
Yes, you have to start over. There's no halfway here.
dashing through the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh. Over the hills we go, laughing all the way, ha ha ha. Bells on bobtails rings, making spirits bright. Oh, what it is to to ride and sing in a 1-horse open sleigh.
And then the chorus. Everybody knows it. You guys can sing this together.
Chime in.
Don't be shy. Just jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells until the end. But you have to sing it in tune. There we go.
Yeah, this is a complete jamboree over here.
I am giving each of you a point for that. It was terrible. It was awful. But the effort, I cannot deny, was there.
Yeah, we'll blame that one on the 3-day road trip.
That was that was third period, end of a road trip, grinding shift in the attack zone where the puck moves about 3 inches.
Absolutely.
You guys are both getting a point. That was stellar. Let us move on to the next question. And they all get easier from here, boys. Well, maybe not. Santa's popular red suit became popular because of an ad in the 1930s for which major soft drink company? Matt Kramer.
Is it Coca-Cola?
It was Coca-Cola. Before that, his suit changed color.
Did not know that.
But the red suit, there was a big ad in the 1930s from Coke, and that popularized the red suit. Since then, that's been the popular one. Matt Kramer, he moves ahead. What is the most recorded Christmas song in history? 733 versions copyrighted of this Christmas song. Most popular one in history. It's one of the quietest Christmas songs in history. Matt Kramer.
Silent Night?
That is correct.
Silent Night's a Christmas song?
733 versions. Christmas trees have been sold since. This is multiple choice for you guys. Christmas trees have been sold since approximately which year? Is it A, 1850 or B, 1900? Charley Borek.
I'm going to go with 1900.
Incorrect. 1850. 50-50 shot. Couldn't get it done. So, Matt, you've already won here. But, Charley, for respectability, stay in it on this last question here. In the popular story, A Christmas Carol, name the three ghosts. We're talking Ebenezer Scrooge here. The three ghosts in the popular A Christmas Carol. Well, give me as many as you can name. Matt Kramer.
Christmas past?
Correct.
Christmas present?
Correct.
Christmas future?
Yes. Yes. The Christmas of yet to come was one of the ones that they said online there. But yeah, future's good enough. Runaway winner. And you have a choice. You have a sandwich card. You can go foodie or you can go Star Wars theme. Your choice.
I'm going to go Star Wars.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
No.
There you go, Charley. Give that to Matt Kramer. Not a Star Wars fan, but he gets the Star Wars sandwich card. Congratulations. And guys, Merry Christmas. Still 5 games left before the break, so you're not in Christmas mode yet, but best of the season. Christmas themed show here tonight, and we've had lots of fun talking Christmas with some of the players and Christmas trivia. Joe D, we want to give away a pair of Clippers tickets to an upcoming home game. Tell us the trivia.
We do. Well, the question was, which Nanaimo Clipper has a birthday closer to Christmas? Is it Troy McTavish or Matt Hoover? And Shauna Baldwin, congratulations. You are the winner with the answer, Troy McTavish.
December 10th. So very, very close. Congratulations to our winner on our Clippers Christmas trivia game today. You heard earlier from Matt Kramer and Charley Borek. Matt Kramer was the trivia winner. Also, lots of chatter with Mike Vandekamp about the Clippers on this 9-game winning streak right now. Next week, all 20-year-old show. We'll dedicate the whole show. We'll talk to the coach about the Clippers weekend, but talking about the 20-year-olds, junior hockey memories, and some Christmas stories next week as well. That's going to be fun on Off the Ice.
You've been listening to Off the Ice, the Clippers Hockey Show. Join us again next Monday night at 7 on Nanaimo's Rock. 106.9 The Wolf.